What's good, everyone? This is DJ's Raw Uncut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. And this video is very important because we are going to unpack everything that's going on with the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte, they have some explaining to do. A lot of odd things have happened. Weird COVID protocols going on. Today, they said that Gordon Hayward had a minor injury, and this was a quote-unquote injury that many players will play through. Today, Devontae got injured again. What did we tell you? The minutes and the breakdown of his game would not be beneficial to Devontae Graham. We were the first to say that. And now, James Borrego, he exposed himself in this game. I'm going to tell you why. It's pretty obvious that LaMelo was fouled a lot. He was roughed up. And the reason why before the game we prepared you for the Spurs matchup is because we knew it was going to happen. The refs allowed the Spurs to manhandle LaMelo. I'm proud of LaMelo because even though he was getting clotheslined all day, hit, and no fouls were called, he kept his head up. I'm proud of the 19-year-old. But to see James Borrego not once yell at the refs, not fight for his player to get calls, not one time, told me the type of man he is. If it was the roles reversed and it was Devontae Graham, you can expect James Borrego would be hollering, challenging the refs. He would have got a technical. You know that's right. He would have been kicked off the game if this happened to Devontae Graham. James Borrego and your right bar Trent should be ashamed of himself because the basketball fans and the basketball experts who break down the game, not only on the court, but the psychological part of it, saw it. I don't know what is going to happen with LaMelo, what team he's going to be on, if he's going to stay with Charlotte. But if Charlotte does not fix this circus, I don't expect him to be back unless there's some changes in his fourth year. Yes, he's 19 years old, but he remembers everything. And he's remembering all the stuff this franchise is doing. It's funny. A number 3 overall pick doesn't get treated like one at all. I gave the examples earlier today in our morning show that Mark Cuban made sure to get rid of guys that did not fit with Luka. The Memphis Grizzlies GM made sure to surround Ja Morant with players that fit with his skill set. The Atlanta Hawks made sure Trae Young had players around him that fit his skill set. I'm not talking about the number 1 picks. I'm talking about people who were 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. And to see an organization who wants to act like they're the Lakers, Celtics, and many successful franchises are now trying to psychoanalyze the whole situation. And my conclusion to it is we are aware. We know what's going on. We know these weird-ass injury reports are part of the game. That's why we say a game within the game. Use your mind and your conscience, and you will finally know what we're talking about. New media.
Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the president, DJ. Hashtag new media. Y'all know what time it is once again. We are here to break down the game within the game, analyze more than just what goes on the court. Shout out to my beloved coach, man, Coach Joe. We back in it again, Coach. It's time to go in once more, and as always, a pleasure, and an honor, and a privilege to share the panel with you, brother.
Well,
Um,
you thank you, Rev.
yes,
Back at
yes,
you. Back at you, my brother.
yes, sir. DJ, you hit the nail right on the head, man. Um, this is the psychological warfare that they play. Guys like Jackie Robinson went through it. Whenever you're a outlier and you're doing something different, doesn't matter if it's political, non-political, sports, uh, anything in this life. If you're going against the grain and you're going against the establishment, the obstacles that you're going to face are not going to be like your peers. And that's what LaMelo is going through right now. The attack is really on LaMelo because really, I mean, if we really get into the gory details, he is the hope of the brand right now. He is the hope of the Ball legacy. He is, what they feared. Everything that LeVar spoke about, LaMelo is the embodiment of that. And this league knows that. The so-called powers that be, I call them the powers that ought not to be, they know that as well. So we're in that portion of the fight, or we're in that portion of the story where these are defining moments for LaMelo. Like Coach was saying, the game that he went through tonight, his brain is gonna download that data that he saw tonight, and he's gonna have to come up with ways to win in spite of. But that kind of stuff builds character. But I was really interested in hearing you tonight, DJ and Coach, really break down the psychological games that are being played, and listening to how you guys relay the message to the people. Because, man, if you're not looking at it with the right perspective, you can miss the play. So I'm very interested to hear you two brothers really cook on this and get deep. And I'm gonna pass it over to my brother, Coach Joe.
Well, how you brothers doing? Hey, DJ, what's happening, my brother? I'm glad to have you back, my brother. Thank you so much for the opportunity again to come and share with you brothers an opportunity to, look at things and that we know about and to share what's going on. DJ, appreciate you on DJ's Raw and Kind Truth.
No doubt.
Yes, I'm gonna say that. See, JB is one of those cookie cutter type coaches. See, that believes that you're supposed to um, uh, have the players on a short leash, and you're supposed to control them all. DJ has said this many times. He's a college coach or a high school coach. See, I listened to him the night after the press conference, and one reporter asked him about Melo, but it was one of them old left-handed compliments. Okay, he asked him the question. He asked he asked JB, can you speak about Terry and what a run he's been on, yada yada yada, and then can you speak about the up and down of Melo Ball? See, see a lot of these people are haters, okay, and they can't separate LeVar from his kids. See, and so here it is. We're talking about a 19-year-old that is coming into a grown man's league. They got 8 players today only to play. This young boy is taking his belt off. He's trying to keep everybody in the game and doing what he needs to do. And then he got the other 2 selfish dudes on his team looking him off and trying to outshine him and all that kind of stuff. And Borrego playing along with it. And then we'll come turn around and say at a press conference, like tonight he did, if you listen to it, oh, Melo is great and he's a young player, he's awesome. He really makes me feel good about coming in to work every day, to work with him and all that. Okay, that nonsense. See, and tonight was a classic example. I said the day before this that I was going to watch Melo and see what his body language is like, and so forth and so on. But again, listening to Borrego tonight talking about Terry, you would have thought he's talking about Michael Jordan or somebody, or LeBron James or somebody. See, this guy here, this team is so connected to his ego. It's just ridiculous, and he doesn't understand how to coach a team on the fly and make adjustments. Okay, he never makes any adjustments. We talk about this during the game. Okay, Melo is great at pick and roll. Everybody know Melo is great at pick and roll. That was the book on Melo. He was great at pick and roll. What did we see? No pick and roll until the third quarter almost, fourth quarter almost. Okay, he don't understand what he's doing. He should have had Miles and LaMelo going doing the pick and roll stuff so that they could bring up the energy because they were down in men. But this guy don't know what the heck he's doing because he can't separate the team from his ego. So go ahead, DJ. I'm a pass.
Yes, there is a movie came out in 2019 called The Parasite. And it's about greed, symbolism, no matter in relationships or verbal threats. This is what the Hornets situation is. It's a whole parasite trying to drain what's good of a young player in LaMelo Ball. I get it. Most shines would tell me, DJ, you're being too harsh on JB. He's not that bad. Really? So why are Malik Monk and Rozier, who I gave credit a couple days ago, why are they ball hogging? Why are they getting in LaMelo's way for him to do what he does best? Create. A real coach would nip that in the bud and give him specific roles to have a more cohesive team. But I see what JB is doing. He's allowing everybody to do something else because he'd rather have them, even if they ball hog, have the shine than his rising star player in LaMelo. James Borrego, unfortunately, I have to say this. He's a selfish-ass coach. I'm going to repeat it again. James Borrego is a selfish-ass coach, and his politics are very noticeable to me. I wasn't born yesterday. I've seen this for the longest. The worst type of coach, no matter in lower levels of sports and the professional levels, are the coaches who want to fool the fan base by their own agenda. James Borrego's agenda is that he wants to prove that he wants to use his guys that he built up to say, look here, I built a winner from scratch. LaMelo Ball, no matter how many nice things he said about him, was never in James Borrego's plans. Read between the lines. Remember the pre-draft. What did James Borrego say about LaMelo Ball? He had to convince himself that it would be a great draft pick. He had preconceived notions on LaMelo that old media brainwashed everybody with. That LaMelo was lazy, that he doesn't work hard, that he hasn't earned it. Really? So when LaMelo went overseas to an uncharted area, no family, his ranking was lower because of an agenda by ESPN and other ranking sites that he had to fight and claw and get his respect back. You mean to tell me, James Borrego, you thought when you said you thought wrong of LaMelo Ball, that you didn't take a chance before then to get to know who he truly was? I prepared everybody for this. I told you all that when we say it's a game within a game, it's the side of coaching that is an embarrassment. And Coach Joe can attest. There's different type of coaches. There's coaches who are for the well-being of players. There's coaches who have a great coaching ability and knows what good it comes from it. So they just coach to get a good bag, which is fine. They may not do politics on the side of it, but you know they're there for the money. And then there's the narcissist coach who uses uncommon techniques to get what they want. And James Borrego's using the old Popovich playbook. Control your whole roster so they could think like you, move like you, act like you. The Spurs, when you watch them play, everything is synchronized. They're emotionless. They're just like Greg Popovich. You guys think I'm playing? Film don't lie. Watch the film. And come back to me that you know what I'm talking about.
Hey DJ, hey DJ, let me say this because I want to piggyback real quick. Hold on, Rev, one second,
Right on.
please. On what you just said, how much the evidence of how true you are and what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Borrego tonight actually fixed his lips to say that Jalen McDaniel played well today because he sent him to the G League. This dude actually said that today. Okay. Because the reporter asked him, Jalen came into the game. He gave basically the reporter actually said to him, and he didn't even know that he was giving him the finger. Actually, the reporter actually basically said to him in a way, the way he worded it was, you sent Jalen McDaniel down to the G League, and now he didn't really do much down there. Now he's back up here, and the first game back, he looks like he looked before you sent him down there in the first place. And this dude tried to take credit for it by saying some nonsense about our system down there and the G League and the pipeline and all. I'm like, man, are you serious, dude? And then this backhanded this thing about Melo, he said. I mentioned something earlier today and doing the telecast, something that I was going to bring out. And I'm going to bring it out now if it's okay, DJ. It's an article that I read from a lady wrote it named Catherine Lear, I think her name is, from the Daily Campus. Okay, and basically it's she wrote this thing saying why the Charlotte Hornets looked out drafting LaMelo Ball. That's what the title of the article is. So if you need guys going and read the full article, you can just go into Google and Google that. The why the Charlotte Hornets looked out drafting LaMelo Ball. So this lady here says basically this. Okay, this is what she did. She said in the last 40 drafts, only 12 times was the best overall player taken number one. Think about that. Okay, only 30% of the time have teams got it right. 30%. So that tells you right there that most of them don't know what the heck they doing. And I'm gonna tell you why they don't know the heck they doing. Because they ain't got enough of us in there to help them and tell them who to draft and who not to draft. See, they wanted to replace us. Those of us, these are our kids, grew up around us, grew up in our neighborhoods. But then when it comes time to evaluate them, they don't care about what we think about our own kids. Then they want to go to the analytic stuff and say, where's this and it's that. Okay, we know. No, you don't. That's why only 30% of the time they get it right. Okay.
Coach, you know what's crazy?
Yes, go ahead, DJ.
And this is the add-on to your point when he talked about the G League, because I know you're about to cook what I'm about to say. And Jerome Cole said it before I said it. Jalen McDaniels played one G League game, and this coach is talking about That's when he got caught right there. And if you see Menace to Society, when the brother said, you know you done fucked up, James Borrego, you know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up. Jalen McDaniels plays one G League game, and he says, oh, it's the G League program. It's the reason why. Jalen McDaniels looked the same as he was when he averaged 10 points per game when he was actually playing.
Yep. Facts.
Yep. And
Facts.
Coach, I hope you expound on that, because that he hit it on the nail, Jerome Cole.
Yep, without a doubt. So check this out, guys. What I'm getting ready to share with you is what this is to put down into numbers that you can understand and see just how what me and DJ and Rev are talking about, how dirty the Borrego and Michael Jordan are doing LaMelo. Okay. Not only they say that 30%, keep that in mind. Okay. 30% of the time have gotten it right. No knock, she says, no knock on Anthony Edwards, but LaMelo Ball is the best player in the draft, hands down. She researched the career and trajectories of a total of 2,400 players. Typically, she says, is about 80 players that are available for the draft. About 60 get drafted. A mere, listen to this number, family, a mere 1.2% of the NCAA. So out of all the players that play in the NCAA, only 1.2% of them are getting drafted from the NCAA. Even, listen to, check out this number, she says, and 0.03% of high school basketball players make it to the NBA. 0.03% make it from high school. Among these 60 players, only 52 of that 60 managed to get any minutes at all. Okay, she dwindled it down. Out of the 52 to get in the game, only 39 managed to play at least one season. One. From the 39, only 12 players go on to average a minimum of 10 points a game. 10 points a game. So now we down to 12 players from 80 in the pool to then 60 getting drafted. From these, only 12 go on to average of 10. Lastly, only 5 players, 5 guys, 5 out of the 60 that were drafted, out of every draft, becomes an all-star, with 50% of them becoming MVP. So 5, so 2.5, only out of that 5 that end up becoming all-stars, 50% of them only become MVP. See how small these numbers are? She said studying the draft the last 30 years, what she has found is that the odds of selecting and developing a player of that magnitude astronomically is very, very low. So here is Charlotte. All these draft picks since Michael Jordan has been in charge of this team have been horrible. All of them. And you finally get one that all the metrics is saying is a star. You finally hit it, Michael Jordan. And he letting this dude play with him like he a yo-yo. Up and down, up and down. Any coach worth his salt, when that reporter said to him tonight, the good and bad of Melo, can you talk about it? Would have said right away, there is no bad with my rookie. There's only good and improving. That's the only thing that's good up with my rookie. This kid is doing a phenomenal job for 19 years old, never been in the NBA, first time ever in this league. But instead, what did he do? Went to, capitulating. Well, yeah, kind of, because that's his true feelings. And I'm going to pass.
I want to say this real quick. I'm going to make it short and sweet. Coach, that was absolute ether, with backed up by the facts. And it is what it is. Those who choose to see, they'll see. And those who choose to believe what makes them feel comfortable will believe what makes them feel comfortable. I saw a comment in the chat, in the comment section from G Money, and he was saying, "Is it really this deep, or is it not really this deep?" These brothers have me thinking, "Is that deep? Is that deep?" I said a phrase the other night called "God doesn't play dice with the universe," and how the elite of this world live by that code. If you don't understand what that means, it basically means the game is rigged. It basically means that the house sets things in favors, so the house wins. That way, the casino never goes bankrupt. A lot of players are going to go bankrupt, but the casino never goes bankrupt. And that's the NBA. Those are the numbers that Coach just so eloquently read off. Those odds. That's why I say, and I hate to spoil the game, but if you're looking at the game within the game, it doesn't really spoil the game. It just spoils the narrative
Facts.
or the anti-game. You can make, if they have adequate enough talent, you can make who you want a superstar. I'm in the music business. I've seen it done several times. I know all the little dirty secrets about people that you think made certain music that didn't make it. People who wrote certain songs that didn't write it. People who are really 45 but tell you they're 33. Now, some people, like I said, they don't want to see the game within the game because, like Cypher said on The Matrix, to them, ignorance is bliss. But anybody with eyes tonight who watched that game could see the play unfolding. Could see the play unfolding right before our eyes. Like Coach said, so many people are starting to get to the point they can't deny what they're seeing in LaMelo Ball. So what you're about to see now, you're going to see an over-exaggeration of Tyrese Halliburton and a narrative that LaMelo Ball is up and down. And that's why I was so frustrated during the game when I saw those refs. Because like I said, I am a Lakers fan, but I never wanted if it's cheating. I never wanted if it's cheating. If that's what it takes to win, because you want to build a narrative, I can't be a part of pro wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So when I watch it, I'm watching the psychological warfare they're waging on this kid. One of the things that DJ brought up the other night, he said MK Ultra. Well, one of the ways they used to train their subjects is called, well, they dumb it down in society and call it good cop, bad cop, but that's really not what it is. What it is you reward a person, and right after that you punish a person, and then you reward them, and then you punish them. And this keeps them on edge, and it brings them to the point of nervous breakdown. And after a while, they break. And once they break, you rebuild them in the image that you want to. If James Borrego said lofty things about LaMelo tonight, but on the nights that he does have a good game, he has nothing good to say about it. That's that in effect. Because now it's a good night for me to praise him because I make myself adequate. Because now I got to coach him up. We got to watch film together. We get to go the more organizational route. That makes Mitch Kupchak happy because they wanted Melo on a short leash. They don't want Chino Hills Melo. They don't want the guy that points at half court and shoots a three-pointer. Well, Rev, who really wants that? It's the NBA. But y'all applaud Logo Dame. But y'all applaud Steph Curry. Steph Curry takes a lot of bad shots. He hits a lot of them, but he takes a lot of bad shots. But it always seems when it comes to LaMelo, in particular, Oh, we got to rein this kid in. At the beginning of the season, they kept telling me and DJ, oh, well, he's got to learn the system. Speaking the talking points of the masters. But what me, Coach, and DJ are advocating for, and it's our job to advocate for on this channel, and as long as I'm rocking and I'm on this earth, I'm always going to advocate for freedom. And the most beautiful part about LaMelo's game, Magic Johnson's game, Pistol Pete's game, Jason Williamson's game, Rafer Alston's game, Kyrie Irving's game is that they are creators on the court and they're free. You don't systemize those players. Because if you do that, you're taking away their most important gift. See, okay, the last thing I'm going to say, and I'm passing it to DJ. If anybody saw the movie The Matrix, what made Neo so powerful, he was an outlier in the system. He was something that the system could not code. He was considered an anomaly factor. Right now, the only anomaly factor in the NBA under 25 is LaMelo Ball. And the league is going to try to get him to acquiesce because this is how they do. Yeah, show up to the skills competition this year. Because if you do that and you know you got shunned in the All-Star game, all right, next year, it might be some All-Star consideration. But you got to do us a favor first. We got to see you're willing to play ball. That's how that game goes. Go ahead, DJ. I'm sorry.
Amazing, bro. You spoke truth. You kept it authentic. And that's why you're so important to new media. This is why Coach Joe's important to new media. You won't hear this type of talk in other YouTube channels. No, this is not a competition. This is reality. And the reality is we are going to give you the raw, uncut truth that you all deservedly need. But I want to pray for LaMelo, just like Matrix, the movie, and Matrix 3. I don't want LaMelo to sacrifice so he could free all of the next hoopers into the Matrix. I don't want him to be a sacrifice. I want him to have a better ending than Neo. And Rev, do you understand what I'm talking about? Remember the ending of the Matrix?
I do. But DJ, let me ask you something. I want to ask Coach something too, because I'm sure he understands. Is there any other way when you're taking that route? Is there any other ending? Me and Coach were having a conversation about a very important individual in our community that passed away about 2 years ago. Is there any other way when you live in that kind of truth? Because I think people undersell what LeVar Ball was doing. Like one day, we just need to have a conversation about what he did. DJ, is there any other way?
The only way is if LaMelo takes his game to a level that we haven't seen before, to make the powers that be back off of him just to an extent. Now, I'm letting you all know, even if LaMelo goes in this past and he becomes a superstar, the NBA will still fuck with him. They have a proven track record of it. They still will vilify him. They still will do politics. And Rev pointed out on the show, don't be surprised if they do LaMelo didn't do the COVID protocols well, so we're going to sit him out. You let him get to, if he gets 40 or close to it again, that's the next thing that will be coming up. You heard it here first. The politics of the NBA is so demonic at times. Now, I didn't want to go there, but I can't lie to you. You have coaches who are trying to emasculate brothers, a league full of black players, but you don't have enough black GMs. You don't have enough black coaches. You give a bunch of black coaches shitty jobs. And then when they turn it around like Mark Jackson, you fire him. This is the shit we are talking about. Now, if you don't want to hear the truth, this channel is not for you. But if you love truth, I welcome you in like family. This is the hard reality. There's not much LaMelo can do. All he got to do is play and understand things will happen. But if he keeps his head high while knowing that things will happen and become the best man he can be, then he'll be fine. This will be a long journey for LaMelo. I'm sure if LaMelo keeps balling out, there's going to be things that come up. Look at Kobe. He wins rings.
Facts.
And then all of a sudden, allegation, hatred, beef with teammates that shouldn't have been beefs. And did you know that the reason why the Kobe and Shaq beef did not go like in a tail end of worse is because they had a call from Bill Russell. Bill Russell said that back in the day, they had minstrel shows and they would put one black person against another. He told them that their beef, the Kobe and Shaq beef, was a minstrel show to entertain white folks. That's how the beef ended. If you think I'm lying, ask Coach. He'll tell you. Bill Russell stopped it. Kobe was robbed from MVPs. Shaq was robbed from an MVP because the league villainized two brothers. Said they're argumentative, they're selfish, they only care about stats. Gave Steve Nash. Now, I don't hate Steve Nash, but he shouldn't have won an MVP over Kobe or the other one over Shaq. And I got to reiterate, that is the game within the game. So anytime I see some odd shit going on to the NBA, I will always say a game within the game. That will be our signal for new media. But this is an important show. My message for LaMelo Ball, no matter what the NBA tries to throw at him, do not let them do what they did to Lonzo. Even when Lonzo had that good stretch of play, they ruined his mind. He doesn't even look the same mentally like he did in UCLA. They took his spirit. They programmed Lonzo Ball. You look at Lonzo playing at UCLA and look at him now. Is it the same? Hell no. Coach, you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Oh, am I ready? Oh, DJ, look, let me tell you something. I was just listening, brother, because I was just here saying amen. Brother, to be honest with you. See, because I was close to that. I was around that situation. I know what happened with Shaq and Kobe. I was in those practices with Dale Harris that first year. I worked Kobe out with another trainer. His first year was around Kobe, talking to Kobe. I told Derek Fisher when and he could tell you, if I put him on this thing right now, he'll tell you when Shaq was pulling that crap on Kobe and telling the team that all the rest of the teams to hate on him and all that stuff. I told Derek, stay out of it, because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. You gonna be sacrificed if you take a side. Stay out of it, and he did stay out of it. See, DJ telling the whole truth, nothing but the truth, fam. See, y'all got to understand something. What you looking at is not just one thing. It's many things on many different levels. And it connects to a lot of things. See, I see something in Melo that I saw in Kobe, which makes me feel okay and feel good about Melo. When I look at Melo's journey, when I look at Kobe's journey, when I look at the things that they share. Let me tell y'all something. Most players in the NBA are not basketball lovers. They don't love the game. I'm telling you this right now. They play it for what it can get them, for what it brings. See, there are a few guys in this league, handful, that love basketball, love the game. Remember that song, Basketball Jones? I got a basketball Jones. I got a basketball Jones.
Yeah.
when I first met Kobe, I was teasing him singing that song. I said, "Boy, you a basketball Jones." He loved this game. Melo loves basketball. See, this is the unique thing about Melo. His game reminds a lot of people of a lot of different players. I've heard Rev say Jason Williams, and I heard Kendrick Perkins say Magic Johnson, and I've heard a lot of different things. It reminds us of a lot of players. And this is what's so amazing about that family. Melo didn't grow up idolizing NBA players and trying to mimic his game after them. He didn't. All of what you've seen is creativity coming from the inside and coming out his own. He didn't study Pete Maravich. He didn't study Magic Johnson. This is coming organically through him and shepherded from his dad and his mom, because she was a baller too before her stroke. See, let me tell you when Lonzo realized what he was getting himself into. When he got to the NBA and he found people continuously saying that lie that De'Aaron Fox gave him the business in the tournament. When not telling the truth, that the truth is that when Lonzo and them played them during the season, before his mama had a stroke, he took his belt off on De'Aaron Fox and they beat Kentucky. But his mama had a stroke where she almost lost her life, and he still had to play that game. So that's when Lonzo realized, wait a minute, these jokers don't care about me. All they care about is a narrative. And they want me to go along with it. If you guys remember Lonzo in the summer league, he won the MVP of the summer league and got Kuzma off. But then when he got up to the regular season, that's when that Luke Walton started playing those mind games with him. They started trying to rein him in, change his game. Can't have that Chino Hills stuff up here. This is more serious. Really? Nonsense. Here, Charlotte is the third youngest team in the NBA, and they're not leading anywhere near the top in pace, as they should be. The ball should be in Melo's hands. Melo should be pushing it. They should be filling the lanes, and he should be creating. But they don't want him to create, because creating would mean bringing his dad along. And they don't want his dad alone. They want him to be diminished. I cannot believe the only time I've ever said anything derogatory against LeBron James or felt anything derogatory against LeBron James, when he came out and said that crap that Lonzo was finally standing up to for himself and being his own man when he went against his dad. It's the only time I said, LeBron, you wrong for this one. And the only reason you're saying this is because you didn't have a dad. And now your jealousy's coming out. The way a lot of their jealousies came out, a lot of their anger came out, because they don't have a dad. They didn't have a dad that was on their side, Charles Barkley didn't have a dad, raised by women. Always criticizing brothers that got dads. Stephen Curry, oh, Steph ain't that good. Steph ain't that good. Can't win a championship playing this way. See, what DJ and Rev is talking about, family, is that what y'all seeing, the way Melo's being treated and what I read to you tells you that they know how rare this kid is, but they care more about their agenda, more about their narrative, more about control. I actually listened to a podcast the other day, one of them Hornets one, where these white dudes on the podcast is talking about Michael Jordan stealing LaMelo away from Puma in 1 or 2 years to go to Nike. He gonna be with Nike. They sitting up saying, well, wait a minute. Well, why are there no commercials? Where's all the commercials? Like even the little put together commercials of Airbnb. Where's Melo's shoe? See, I had a friend of mine, another coach friend of mine, tell me this. I'll never forget to say this to me about that money them shoe guys get. He said the only reason they give them that money, Joe, is to control them. Give them money for them to be free. They don't believe in free. We want no free, and anything that looks free, looks like it's freedom, looks like it's joy. No, we must stamp that out. No. I see what they doing with Melo. I'm seeing less smiles from Melo every doggone day of stuff that I'm looking at. Seeing less smiles. See, that's what they want. Take his joy away. And then put him in their box, their prison. So then he looks like them. All this stuff you're seeing with Airbnb and Miles Bridges is Melo. This ain't got nothing to do with JB. Nothing. If it was up to JB, he would have told Melo not to throw none of those balls to Miles. Because he don't want him to get off. Not in a Melo way. He want him to capitulate to their way. Time out for that nonsense, because Melo has got a real supporting cast there with him. See, right now, JJ was in his head after this game saying, no. We all right. We all right. Don't worry about it. We all right. We all right. Because there's going to come a time here real soon where he ain't going to have no choice. They ain't going to have no choice, because the barbarians going to tear the gates down with this messing around with Melo business. And the fans are coming. Trust me, they coming. I'll pass.
Yeah, Coach, watching the game, not only that the Spurs had, 20 plus 19, 20 plus free throws more than the Hornets, and they really didn't attack the basket that much. They were hitting mid-ranges, hitting threes, which was odd to me. But it looked like, I'm not exaggerating, it looked like they were purposely trying to injure LaMelo. Patty Mills threw his shoulder into LaMelo Ball. LaMelo lost his mind. I've never seen LaMelo that angry on the court. I'll be angry too. They were trying to take him out tonight. I saw it with my own eyes, and they would never tell me anything different. Coach, what do you think about that football mess they were trying to play, the Spurs and Greg Popovich? I think he was trying to send a message to LaMelo.
Without a doubt. We talked about it doing the thing here. Rev was really hot about it. Yes, they were trying to rough Melo up, because they knew see, Popovich knows the game of basketball. See, and that's Popovich's MO. Whenever Popovich plays a team where they're getting ready to play somebody who's got a great soloist, believe you me, the game plan is gonna take that soloist out the game. You can believe that. And Borrego went along with it. That's the part that pissed me off. He went along with it. See, but Melo's tougher than they think. See, they thought Melo was weak. He ain't weak. He's tougher than they think. This boy been knocked around and banged around all his life by bigger people, and always gets up, always keeps going. But yeah, Popovich is trying to. He was playing that game tonight. You can believe that. You can believe that they was trying to take Melo out the game. And Borrego ended up doing it for Popovich because he took the ball out of his hands and told Terry and Monk to be Pippen and Jordan. Because every time down, either one of them two was shooting the ball after one pass. See, and I believe, and I will, until somebody show me differently, until I read somewhere differently, and if I read somewhere differently, I will say it. This is my own Michael Jordan. This is his doing. He is allowing this to happen. Anybody knows in basketball, in the NBA, if you're getting triple doubles and you're getting double doubles, that's exceptional. This coach ain't saying nothing about LaMelo's double doubles and what he's doing right now. Nothing. He's talking generalizations, but when he's talking Devontae, he talks specifics. When he talks Terry, he talks specifics. When he talks Gordon, he talks specifics. When he talks about Melo, any kind of support he gives him, it's always in these general flowery terms, never anything specific. But when he wants to criticize him, he's very specific. That's that game they playing. Go ahead, DJ.
Yes, the game they're playing, and I sent the tweet out on Twitter. I normally get backlash from Spurs loyalists out there, but I don't give a damn. I said, quote, "The Spurs tried to injure LaMelo Ball. It has no place in basketball!" Exclamation mark. I don't mind when teams play physical. The Miami Heat played physical, but the Miami Heat never was at a level where they're throwing their shoulder at players, clotheslining players. I was holding on to the seat. I thought he was going to get injured out there. It was that bad. And I'm surprised LaMelo even had a double-double, almost had a triple-double. The best thing Borrego ever did in this game was play LaMelo off ball. Because if he was going to play him on ball, it probably would not have been a good sight. Now, this is what I see. My eyes. But LaMelo, he had to hold his composure. I don't know if he realized this. LaMelo looked like he's about to fight somebody. That's how pissed off he was. And if you know LaMelo by seeing him, his character, he's a good kid. But he doesn't allow anybody to punk him. And he had to refrain. Because remember in Lithuania, somebody tried to test him, knock the crap out of him. And LeVar got mad.
Facts. No, LeVar DJ, sorry. LeVar wasn't really mad. He was performing for the cameras. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, Coach, we love LeVar. I'm just saying. Yeah, I did hear a rumor he wasn't actually mad at LaMelo.
No, he wasn't. He liked the LaMelo to let them hands go. You can believe that.
I'll believe you because I heard let's just say someone who's close with the Ball family actually told me this. They was like, "Nah, you remember that scene when LeVar was mad?" Because I asked him, I said, "Was LeVar really mad?" He said, "Nah."
Mm-mm.
He dapped him up. That's what I heard.
He did.
He dapped him up, and I knew that was the real truth. Because
That
LeVar
was
don't
for the
seem.
that was for the cameras, DJ.
I believe you.
That's why I said the other day, DJ. This family is tight as peanut butter and jelly. This is a close family. There ain't none of that nonsense going on. Don't think it is. It ain't.
But yeah, man, the Spurs are playing football, and I'm telling you right now, the league, if they keep allowing this shit to happen, fans will be pissed. You can't afford for LaMelo to get injured just by you trying to prove a point. But LaMelo, what makes me feel confident about his future is that JJ is there. And someone in the comments said something that's very interesting. He said, "Don't be surprised if they, meaning the powers that be, try to take JJ away from LaMelo." JJ is the navigator. He navigates LaMelo through the pitfalls of the NBA. He's learning to be a professional. He's been a professional before. He's learning the politics of the NBA. And I wish Lonzo would have had that coming out of UCLA. But man, the refs are, I knew it was going to happen. I'm just glad a Bruce Bowen type player wasn't playing in this game. It could have got real ugly.
But you know what though, DJ? I gotta say this from a coaching perspective, right?
Right.
Uh, um, overall, I gotta say that the Hornets, they put up a fight at least. They were undermanned. They only had 8 players all game, and they fought. They didn't lay down because they could have got beat by 30. See, and they didn't. Melo wouldn't let them get beat by 30.
It's the game within the game, man. It's the game within the game. The positive notes from the night is the fact that LaMelo didn't quit. At no point in time did he quit. He led the last charge of the night when he got 2 steals back to back, got 2 quick assists, and the rest of the team didn't respond. And, you know, it is what it is. But like Coach said, that's why we got to separate LaMelo's success from team success, because the team is currently constituted, as he says, as a JV team.
So true, Rev. So true. The legend CJ says Lonzo has Demo, but he's not at the same level with Jermaine Jackson. Demo's like a friend of them. I don't see him like a person that helps Lonzo. What you think, Coach?
I think that like energy is drawn into itself.
Mm-hmm.
D-Moore is perfect for Lonzo's personality. Like JJ is perfect for LaMelo's personality. See,
your point.
Lonzo, to me, I really believe this, and I'm gonna stick to it. My feeling is if he hadn't have been hurt so much early on, it would have made he would be a lot differently right now. Those injuries really affected Lonzo in a very bad way, I think. And I think he's just coming around. I mean, I saw the highlights of yesterday's game. He made 4 threes in yesterday's game. And he shot those things similarly to me, like he was at UCLA. One, he came down, just pulled up like one of them Durant ones, just stop on the dime and just bam, just splashed it. Another one in the corner, he did the same thing too, just caught it and no hesitation, just splashed it. So I think he's coming around without a doubt. The best is yet to come with Lonzo. He ain't nowhere near being finished yet. And I think that his next move is going to be a very crucial one. And I'm hoping that it ends up being a spot that is a good fit for him. Because I will say this again and again, if you don't go to a place that's a good fit for you, don't matter what kind of skill you have, you're not going to succeed. You got to go to some place that's playing. Lonzo has to go to a place that to a coach and a team that recognizes his talents, recognizes what his skill set is, and that's what they need and want.
Yo,
and
Coach.
I think that's the Clippers. Yeah, go ahead, DJ.
Yeah, not to cut you off, Coach.
No, go ahead.
People keep saying, well, Demo's not a trainer. He's a manager. Well, JJ is half trainer, half manager.
JJ is not a trainer. JJ is a manager. He made that clear on the interview on the show he did, that they did with the expose they did on him.
You know what? You're right.
He made that clear. He said it. He said, I don't do the working out. No, he said it. He got another boy that does that. DKM interviewed the other brother,
Mike Fox.
Yes, who worked with Melo, the physical coach. Yes, but that's not JJ. JJ's a mentor. Is what JJ is. See, JJ's there to help him navigate the mental aspects of what it means to be a Hall of Famer, what it means to be a top-level NBA player, what it means to navigate these waters that we're talking about. That's what JJ is there for. And that's what Melo needed. Melo didn't need the other thing from JJ because Melo is a basketball Jones. Melo the only place Melo want to be is in the gym. Melo loves the game. He loves the ball. See, but he needed somebody strong like his daddy, but who was younger, who could relate to him in the space where he is. So that's why JJ is so appropriate. See, because JJ understands who Melo is the way that LeVar understands who Melo is and what he needs. He understands that, and he gives Melo exactly what he needs. Look at all the philanthropic stuff that Melo's already doing. Lonzo ain't did none of that. Melo got stuff that he's doing in Charlotte. He got stuff he's doing in Detroit. He got stuff he's doing with his mom. Okay, so that's JJ's influence. That's JJ on him, because JJ knows he's building a Hall of Famer. He's building a one of one, is what he's dealing with. He knows that. So his path ain't nowhere near like none of the other rookies. If you hear Melo talk about the video games, that right there will tell you. Melo will tell you, I ain't played video games in I don't know how long. But if you listen to some of these other dudes, they will talk to you ad nauseum about video games. And Melo used to be that kid. He ain't that kid no more. And that's because of JJ. And that's because of Melo. That's what Melo's heart is. That Melo wants to be this way. See, I hear you talk about JJ, Melo becoming a man, growing into a man and understanding the responsibilities to the community. That's the path that Melo is on. Melo's on a greatness path, not just in basketball, but in life. I'll pass.
I'm gonna read something to everybody, and I'm just gonna prove a point that old media, ESPN and others, were doing the anti-masculine black male routine back in 2017 in the summer. Hey, coach, remember that time where there was a female ref? It was kind of a suspect game. They were very physical with LaMelo. Could have injured him. It was an AAU game. LeVar says, well, this ref is not qualified if they're going to just try to injure my boy.
Yep, I remember that. Yep, go ahead.
So LeVar kept the same energy that he said. Remember, he said it to another ref that did the same thing a couple games ago.
Facts.
But since he said it to a female ref, all hell broke loose. And Jay Billison, July 31st, 2017, made an article, and he said, LeVar Ball has shown himself to be a misogynist buffoon. Read the words.
Yep.
A misogynist buffoon. They have code words for alpha male black men. Buffoon and misogynist. And he wrote a whole article about him. They had it planned for the jump. That's why I'm not surprised by anything. He made an article saying that the Ball family are the Kardashians of the NBA, so that he's pretty much saying that they ain't got no talent.
Facts.
This was in 2017. He also said that he is the most toxic male in sports today. A black man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm. Facts.
That he will prevent his sons, LaMelo and LiAngelo. I know LiAngelo's trying to find his way to NBA, but prevent LaMelo from going to the pros. He said he's going to be the one that prevents LaMelo from going to the pros. This is what they said in 2017 in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
That he is the worst role model for kids. And that no parent should look at LeVar as the example how to raise children. This was a hit piece.
Yep.
And seeing LaMelo doing well, it irks them. Look at the hatred. I still got this article, man. Call him a carnival barker, snake oil salesman, the basketball Kardashian. Attention grabbing is his talent. Look how they belittle him because he is confident in his sons. You know what's sad about this, coach?
Uh-huh.
There are a couple of YouTubers who are black like us who are saying these same talking points.
Oh, absolutely.
They become the very thing that they hated.
Oh, absolutely. That's that position in coonery, my brother.
Right on.
See that position opened up a long time ago. Showed us that position on Django Unchained with the Samuel L. Jackson character and Django himself. He showed you in that movie the position that's the systems sets up for black people and particularly black men to be against each other. I mean, I still, if I ever see Marcellus Wiley in public, you guys will all hear about it because we're gonna get into it. Because I'm gonna cuss that fool out for sitting up on his show talking about LeVar ruined Melo's life. See, it's a lot of them like that. That other one too. What was that other? What was that other fat?
Jason
dude?
Whitlock.
Yeah, that one there. Another one, another coon. Okay. See, these bootlickers want to because they looking for them butter biscuits. See, they looking to make they looking for treats for massa. See, that's what that's all about. It wasn't about his sons or nothing. They do not like a black man who stands up and speaks on behalf of himself and his family. If you're going to
Facts.
speak loudly, what you must do is speak loudly and advocate to keep the system in place. And that's what they want LeVar to do. I can't tell you how many articles I've read about LaMelo where they say in the articles, we haven't heard much from LeVar. We haven't heard much from LeVar. See, they do not want to hear any black male that will advocate for himself, his family, or our people. They don't want that. And they will sabotage you.
Yo, coach, you
See,
know what they yearn for, right? These
go ahead.
shines that are talking about LeVar and his family. They want that same complexion for protection.
Absolutely. 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 See, I mean, I've never seen anybody try to delegitimize somebody and take credit away from somebody when LeVar Ball is directly responsible for four. Let me see, one, two, three lottery picks. Okay, in the league, 3 lottery picks, 2 of his sons and another kid that he worked out, Okongu. See, they just don't want to give LeVar any credit for anything that he did. I mean, his house was a place where all the kids came, and LeVar would work them all out and all the rest of that. They don't want to give him credit for none of that. See, that's why Borrego was telling that lie after the game, talking about the G League and McDaniels and trying to take credit for it. That's why.
Or when he said, when they were asking him about Melo's development, and he was talking about, oh well, I don't know where he got it from. I don't know where he got his development from, but it's amazing. I don't know where it comes from though. Yes, you do. Come on, man.
Facts, Rev. You're absolutely right.
And shout out to Without a Question for the 499 super chat to help grow the nation. He says, can't stay long, but I saw y'all cooking. People here in Houston act like they ain't never seen snow before. Y'all be safe. Yeah, it could be worse. Shout out to you, my brother. But yeah, I see a lot of our own people in a sad way. I guess because they wasn't raised by a strong father. They will sell out their own, diss them in the media because they're jealous that they didn't have the upbringing like the ball kids had. I see it. Their parents didn't spend time with them, or they came from single mothers. You know what's crazy, Coach? When Kevin Durant won the MVP, people who really know Kevin Durant knows he's cool with his father.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, they wanted to act like Kevin Durant was raised by a single mother. No, that wasn't the truth. The truth was the mother and father didn't live with each other, but his father was in his life. They did the same thing with Jason Tatum. And I don't know why he keeps saying he was raised by a single mother. His father's cool with him too.
Without a doubt. You are absolutely right, JJ. I mean, DJ, you are absolutely right, my brother. I mean, Kyrie, okay? They won't give Kyrie's father no credit for how bad Kyrie is.
Right.
None. And how about the cameras just conveniently on draft night going out when it's time to interview LaMelo as the third pick?
Thanks.
Okay, and then only come on when ain't nobody else around but just Melo.
Facts.
See, let me tell y'all, they want this system only wants us to have credit or take credit when they can say and show us coming out of the mud. See, only if we coming out of the mud, and then it's got to be the right kind of mud. See, and it's absolutely transparent. More and more people are waking up to this nonsense. And that's the reason that DJ's Raw Uncut Truth exists in the first place. That's the reason new media is here in the first place. To put a stop to this nonsense that's been going on in this country that's keeping all of us apart. See, this nonsense division.
Coach, you know what I didn't like?
Go
And
ahead.
shout out to Bartran. I saw it too, Bartran. Everybody that knows Zion Williamson and his journey, you can look at videos. His stepfather was very important. His stepfather, if you keep up with the AU scene, his stepfather is the reason why Zion became the player he was. Had an AU team around him and everything. Draft night, he's crying, thanking his mother, but not his stepfather.
Yep.
Who filled the void of becoming his father when the biological father left his family. I was disappointed. I like, come on, Zion. They program these kids to not even show love to their own fathers.
That's right. That's right.
They have been emasculated.
That's right.
On draft night, they were talking about a story about the mama being in the backyard shooting shots with Zion. They really
that's not true.
Yeah, they shunned that completely. And I watched the camera tricks for the NFL draft and for the NBA draft. They always have the mother out in front. You know what I'm saying? They always have the mother out in front. And the father's always sitting back if he's there. Because a lot of times, any way not to highlight a father, they're not going to highlight him. But if he's there, he's always sitting back like a poodle. You know, I remember when Devontae Smith won the Heisman Trophy this year, and like they were just treating his father, who was sitting right next to him. I mean, was sitting right next to the mother. They was just, treating him like, like the family canine, man. It was just, this is the imagery that they want. They don't want that masculine energy, and like I said, to me, LaMelo is their worst nightmare. Like he is the validation of everything LeVar said. So this thing about to get real, man. This thing is about to get real. But the trials and tribulations, they build character, man. They really do build character. And like the late great neighborhood Nip used to say, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's not in you. I mean, it's not on you, it's in you. Never fold, never back down. And Melo really got that mindset on the court. And tonight really showed me, because he couldn't get a call to save his life. People weren't catching the ball. He was going in trying to throw up shots to get foul calls. Nothing was coming through. JB was not helping with any play calling, and he kept playing down to the last whistle. So that's all you can ask for from Melo. As far as us, new media family, people in the chat, as far as us, the brothers on the panel, it's our jobs to make sure we're shedding light on the game within the game, so that when this stuff happens, we don't go back to old media narratives. We can't do that. We got to keep breaking down what we see. It is very important what these brothers are talking about on this panel tonight. I'm listening and taking notes, because Coach brought up a very, very, very valid point. And I've been saying it. Y'all know I've been saying it. How does the camera go off when it's time for LaMelo's interview, when he's sitting next to his father? How, Sway? How many times have we seen that happen, and they fix whatever technical issue, then they go back to the player they were going to interview, or the person they were going to interview? But for some reason, that night, it didn't happen. When I saw that and I heard how Mitch Kupchak was talking, well, LaMelo's going to have to earn his minutes. At that point, I said, yeah, boy, yeah, it's about to be real, man.
In draft night, they shined a light on Zion and talked about his mother in a glowing way. But when John Morant's dad talked about the story of him being tough on him on the basketball court, not always being happy-go-lucky, they went straight to commercial break. I was disappointed. I wanted to hear that story. I wanted to hear how Ja Morant's father disciplined his son, mentored him, made him a strong man for him to get to the NBA. It was ruined because ESPN thought it didn't fit their whole program. I'm going to revert what I said. It's the emasculation program. You see it in every draft. And you'll see it this year's draft. Cade Cunningham, he has a loving mother and father. The person next to him in the draft, Jalen Green. Jalen Green is a mama's boy. He's talented, but they will show the camera on him more than Cade Cunningham. I bet you a lot of money on that. Cade Cunningham comes from a great family. They will not put the camera on him that much. It's predictable.
Let me share something with you guys. Thank you, DJ, for that. You're absolutely right, and Rev too. Rev, you'll really relate to this because you was probably playing around this time. Rev, do you know why Brandon Jennings went to Oak Hill and left Dominguez where we was at?
Why is that?
They got to his mama.
Lord have mercy.
They got to his mama. I watched these people diminish Tyson Chandler when he was coming up, and wasn't raised with his dad. His mom and dad separated. I mean, were not together. They were college people and together. And then the mom got pregnant and went off her way. Dad went off his way. So for many years, and I know Ty might be mad at me saying this, but whatever. For many years, he wasn't around his dad. He was with his stepdad. And I cannot tell you how many times I've been around them and around these gatekeepers and these money people, okay? And how they just ignore his stepdad like he wasn't even he's a furniture, like he was furniture. Always talking over his head, always talking around him, talking to his mom, and trying to manipulate his mom. See, I've seen this over and over and over and over and over again. Where if it is a strong dad in, they gonna find a way to make sure that they let you know in no uncertain terms, you better be quiet. And that's why LeVar is so important, because LeVar said, this is what LeVar said, family. LeVar said, all your systems, your AAU, your shoes that come with it, and the socks and all of that stuff, all of this infrastructure that these shoe companies and these gatekeepers have put in place to brainwash our kids and to make our kids not listen to their parents and listen to the community. LeVar said, take all that stuff and shove it up your ass. You ain't gonna give my kids nothing. And I ain't taking nothing from you. Keep your money, keep your shoes, keep your sweatsuits, keep all that crap and your stipends. And I'm not going to accept either you bring your boosters coming around on the slide with these envelopes. I don't need that either. I'm going to do this my way. And so he went ahead and did it. And look at what he created. They are angry as all get out that this dude did this. And you can believe that they will never forgive him for taking money out of their pockets, for not capitulating to their wants and needs, and for showing the world, like he did with the president, he is not going to back down to none of y'all, because I don't need y'all for nothing. See, they've been taking advantage of our kids in the inner cities for, I can't tell you for how long. for forever with bribing them and also setting them up with these secret envelopes and stuff, giving them to the parents and the stuff. And the parents know they're not supposed to take this stuff, but they give it to them, and they know they need it, and they give it to them so then they can say, oh, now you got to be quiet. Now you got to listen to everything we say, and now you got to do what we tell you to do with your kid. That's the truth.
Yo, coach, seems like we have someone that's not understanding it's a game within the game. Pity Flacco says LaMelo's getting enough minutes for a rookie. What's the deal? I assume that you just came into the video. If you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, or you can see behind the basic eyes of yours, then you will never understand. The Charlotte Hornets, they have a lot of things behind the scenes that they need to rectify. That's all I can tell you. But I advise you to listen to us as we break down and examine the psychology of the NBA, the Hornets, and what they are doing with LaMelo Ball.
And
That's
professional sports. And professional sports,
and
DJ.
professional sports, like Coach says.
See, because they didn't trick us, a lot of us, into believing that this is just about competition. This is just about the best man wins. And it's not.
Facts.
Go ahead, DJ. I'm sorry.
No. You're cooking, brother. You're cooking. Yeah, it's weird how it happens like that with these agents and these players. I heard a lot of stories. I heard stories of agents sleeping with mothers.
Oh, yes.
To get their kids signed to them. I'm not going to go with names. Y'all can think for yourself on that. But you have a father and a mother and LeVar and Tina who's never done that, never allowed the shoe companies to do their dirty tricks. If you've seen the movie You Got Game, when Ray Allen's character went to college, they tried to give him the world, all the white women around, all the little quote-unquote snow bunnies, alcohol, drugs, you name it. He didn't pick that school. You know why? Even though his father was in prison in the movie, he still remembered the values he taught him. Don't sell out. Do what's in your heart. And he picked the school that was best for his education and his family. You could take what you see in that movie into reality. The NBA and other sports, not even professional leagues, sports in general, they always try to find a way to take advantage of someone. It's a dog-eat-dog world.
Can I say something? DJ?
Yes, my brother.
Family, room. Let me tell y'all this. Okay. I know for a fact, I know these people. I know there are girls, women that have been hired by the league to entrap men and players on the road. Okay. See, people think Sean Kemp had all them babies because he was just screwing every woman that he met. And they don't know that this poor man was set up every single which way you can almost look at. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. I told an NBA player this once. Tell y'all a little story. And actually you just named him, and I'm not gonna name his name, but you just named him, DJ. Coaching in the Summer Pro League in Long Beach. Got a player come up to me. We sit in the player section. A player come up to me. He say, "Coach." I said, "What's up there, young fella?" He said, "Man, I need you to talk to this rookie." I said, "What rookie?" He said, "This dude, he named the dude's name." Okay. I just tell you this. He's one of the best shooters in the history of the game. Okay. So he said, "I want you to talk to him." I said, "Well, what you want me to talk to him about?" He said, he keep going off with these females. And he don't realize that they gonna trap his ass. He don't realize that this is not what it is. This ain't college. And I believe something gonna happen to him. Will you talk to him? So I said, yeah, bring him over here. So he comes over to me, and I'm gonna tell you what I told him. I said, listen, I said, how you doing there, young fella? He told me, how you doing, coach? What's going on? I said, listen, you got one of your older teammates worried about you. I say, and I ain't gonna mention who it is, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you think you slick, I'm gonna tell you how slick you ain't. Because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. You gonna meet her, you gonna take her back to your room, you gonna smash and do all the stuff that you want to do. And then when you fall asleep after she done slipped you a little bit of that Mickey, what she gonna do is after y'all finish and you got your condom on thinking that everything gonna work out good, she got some dry ice in her purse, buddy. And she gonna take that condom off of you after you do your thing. And she gonna put a knot in it. And she gonna put it in her bag where the dry ice is. And then the next day she gonna go to an virtual freedom clinic and she gonna put that in her. And the next thing you know, you're gonna be on the hook for child support there, buddy. To a girl you don't even know. This ain't a game. Stop playing. You a target, son. They looking to get in your pocket for the rest of your career. Now think I'm telling you nonsense and go ahead on and do what you're going to do. You're going to remember this day and then you're going to come back and wish you never did it. But I think you're a smarter kid than that. I think you're going to listen to somebody who's telling you the truth and you can hear it's the truth and you're going to do better. I believe that. So take care of yourself. 10 years later, I see the same kid, player. He is established now. He comes up to me, coach, man, I thank you. I appreciate you so much because you don't know what that talk did. It really helped me. Well, good, because that was the purpose of it. See, they don't understand. There is a dark side to this, and it's about money. I told y'all this the other day. The only difference between Americans in this country is not color or sex or anything else. It's money. Who has it and who doesn't have it. And these professional sporting organizations are about money. Period. Nothing else. And I pass.
Coach, this conversation is Hall of Fame level, I call it. This is you're not gonna get it anywhere else. Yeah, you're right. I'm reading the comments. Paul George, he wifed a stripper. There are some stories of athletes. They were going to leave a team, but they stayed because they got all their baby mamas in the same area code, so they can't leave. What a coincidence. When we talk about a game within a game on the court, it's a game within a game off the court. It's off the court as well. And to see the craziness is dumbfounded. They will do anything to set you up. And when LeVar, coach, you're going to appreciate this. When LeVar told his sons, you're not going to meet a good woman when you're in the league. You notice when he said when you're in the league, he's trying to protect his sons. The national media vilified LeVar and said he's a woman hater pretty much by saying there's no good woman for him. But he's right. There isn't.
Facts.
What's wrong with fathers protecting their kids from scandalous women?
Nothing, but you can't protect them if your kid is dark, if it's black.
Right.
That's when it's a problem.
Old media, man. Coach, it's the same game they play all the time. They don't want black fathers to teach their kids. They think black fathers are too rambunctious. They're too aggressive. Everything. Every time they teach, it's criticism. Oh, their father said this. But that's what they're going to do. And I don't want to go here, coach, but I hope LaMelo doesn't fall for this trap. LaMelo loves good-looking women. The NBA knows that. I don't want him to be trapped up on some fast-tailed chick. But, Coach, do you think that would happen to LaMelo?
I'm putting it on JJ. That's part of JJ's job, to keep them away.
I agree.
See, Lonzo couldn't be protected because that girl was already in. See, she was already inside. So nobody could do anything about that. But LaMelo, JJ, I have confidence that JJ has expressed to Melo in no uncertain terms the seriousness of this subject. The serious, and that he must tread carefully as he goes about his business. See, I think it's all about the support. If see, we got to remember, most of our boys that rise to this level have no reference to how to deal with this kind of life, and no mentors to help them. That's the problem, DJ. And that's why I feel good about LaMelo, because he does have that. And also, I think that many of the people are saying that they think LaMelo has learned from Lonzo. But what I'm saying is that if anybody has a chance at overcoming this obstacle and not allowing this obstacle to be something to bring them down, it's Melo. So if Melo ends up in a situation like that, I would just chalk it up to it just was supposed to happen. Because I know for a fact that this Melo has people around him that have warned him and talked to him about these dangerous waters and are helping him navigate these dangerous waters so he doesn't get bit.
Yeah, Coach. Today's groupies and the clout chasers, they're like viruses. Once they attach you, even if you're not going out with them or not, they're sapping you dry and affecting everything that's around you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for JJ, though. So far, he's done good. I know some people are telling me, what about that girl that was exposing his texts and stuff? Well, you rather have that than baby mamas. So I'm cool with that.
And me too, because he ain't a monk.
Right.
He hasn't taken a vow of celibacy. Let's stop being silly now.
He gets it on.
Okay, exactly. I mean, he's a young, virile young man. I mean, come on, let's keep it real. We ain't talking about something unnatural here. Okay, let's just keep it real. Okay, and that's why, again, it's about support. Our boys and all humans, we all need support when we negotiating and navigating new waters. You need support when you don't know what the waters are, and that's what I love about LaMelo is he's getting that support. He's getting that. So we got somebody with him who legitimately is looking after him. not just looking after him to get something.
Right.
Because a lot of that goes on. A lot of that goes on too, and I've seen it firsthand. And I'm talking about people who people thought was loyal, and I've been knowing it for a long time, and all that don't mean nothing because everybody's motivations ain't the same.
Coach, you remember when Denise called Lonzo a deadbeat? Now, this is when Lonzo was going through that tough stretch with Luke Walton.
Mm-hmm.
And for her to do that, I knew she wasn't no good even before she called him a deadbeat. But when you're around these clout chasers, man, they don't care about ruining your name. You got Denise out here, an Instagram model. And in my opinion, most Instagram models are just Instagram thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Prostituting on Instagram. They don't want to call it that way. But they just embarrass these brothers without even thinking about the family. It is very selfish. They talking about she out here exposing herself with a male trainer, and this is the reason why you got to be very careful. Even if you use protection, if you're an athlete, coach pointed out, man, they get that dry ice, steal your condom, put it in a fertility clinic, game over.
Game over. And let me tell you something, DJ. A lot of them do it. Okay, so I'm not gonna sit up here and try to sugarcoat nothing and act like something's not what it is. Okay,
right.
One of the most famous dudes was dating a girl I know and cheating on his wife. Okay, and flying her all over the country when he was traveling around the games, flying around so so he could do his thing. So and at his camp one time, climbing out his window and almost fell off the damn ledge trying to sneak into somebody's room. So I mean, this stuff goes on.
Crazy. Crazy, man. Man, Future was right, man. They do anything for clout.
Anything. And that bag. And man, that bag. Don't forget that bag, DJ. It's that bag.
That bag is the new crack, man.
That's right. They want that bag. Don't get it twisted. They want that bag.
Oh, man. But Coach, this has been an excellent show, man. And to teach these brothers and sisters about life, man, not just basketball, but within the game. And this is why new media is a force. And it's destined by the Most High to bring all of us together for one common goal, and that's harmony and peace.
Yes.
And thank you for being a good brother, man, and just a mentor, a great father, and a leader. And I always appreciate you being on the show. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Peace and love, man. We're going to do this again.
Okay. Thank you, DJ.
The good thing
is
Monday and Tuesdays. I'm off. Thanks, bro. I'm also expect earlier shows on Mondays and Tuesdays. Peace out.